Vibez Goddess Tarot. So today I'm going to do a general collective reading. So take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest because it's somebody else's story. Um, but before we get started, I'm going to cleanse the space, cleanse the energy. So if you have headphones in, turn them down for a quick second. Okay, so we have Celestial, Cosmos, Creation, and Spiral. Then we have the Megan with Power, Courage, and Strength. Then we have C. Nope, don't say this one. Transformation, Knowledge, and Magic. And we have Rest, Stop, Recharge, Self-Care. The White Stag with Shape-Shifting, Support, and Otherworld. And then we have Gwyneth with the Mother, Nurture, and Present. We have Deliverance. Nope. Divination. There we go. Not Deliverance. With Guides, Oldham, and Tree Spirits. And then we have Standing Stones with Ancestors, Gateways, and Sacred. So just based off this, I would say that with this sleep and the rest, right, and the shapeshifting and otherworldly support, your ancestors is trying to send you message. Ancestors and or spirits trying to send you message through your dreams. With this knowledge, pass down the knowledge that they can, give you hope that they can, the support that they can. Through your dreams in order to help you move on and move forward through a situation that you're struggling with. And right, because they have the similar cycles on the background of the person. So yeah, your ancestors and our spirit is trying to show with this gateway, trying to show you the stepping stones, the stones that guide you to this gateway, and they trying to help nourish you and heal you and guide you by giving you the knowledge that you need to know in order to transform your environment around you to create the environment, to create the life that you want to have, like that gateway, like the walking you to it, right? Showing you where to go, what's need to be done, and how to go about certain things. Then we have workaholic, perfection, passion, perseverance, perception, trickery, abundance, gratitude, okay. With workaholic being here, that's why saying to rest and to stop and recharge. You could be overworking yourself and not seeing something clearly, right? This trigger, not seeing, falling for like making simple mistakes because you're rushing through something or because you're so tired that you're not thinking straight, not seeing clearly, and you're trying to make everything so perfect and overlooking the fact that it's perfect the way it was, right? You feel like it's missing something when it was fine the way that it is. And what could be missing is the passion, the fire, the happiness that you feel about it. The see, because seeing it as art pieces, you could be so busy worried about or focusing with the support, like how other people will see it, how other people's gonna take it or feel about it, if they're gonna like it as much as you like it, and losing that passion for your piece or your fire or the work that you're having, and overthinking or overdoing something that is really self-explanatory. It's fine. Like I said before, it was fine the way it is. Um, that's where you have like this perseverance. Like you have to realize art is subjective, right? And art is finished once you said it's finished, right? Even for like artists and not artists, authors and stuff like that, right? They might write one book and finish the book. You might feel like, oh well, this could have turned into like a sequel or stuff like this when this happened and that happened. It's just like, no, story's over. It's finished. Like it is what it is, right? And they moved on to another thing, a different book and stuff like that, where right, it's all about how you see things in your perspective. Like the art, the author feel like they covered everything that they needed to cover. Like even if he made it into like a sequel or anything like that, it would have been boring because it wasn't much to go off of or to create another story, that kind of thing. Whereas to you, you probably felt like, oh, this could have just dragged on forever, and it's just like, why? that kind of thing. Like you probably would have created certain things for this person or this for the character to do, and the author is just like, okay, but then for them to do that, then I have to do this, and it's like it's not really likely for that character to do that kind of thing. So that's why it's like the perspective. You might feel like, oh, this could have carried on, and the author's like, no, there's no actual way. This character would have never like did that kind of thing, and that's why it's tricky, cause percep like it's about where you stand and how you see things, kind of like pretty much, right? What popped in my head is 6 9. But pretty much what he was saying, how depending on where you are or where you stand in, the 6 may look like a 9, or the 9 is a 6. So it's just like it's all about how you perceive things or how you view certain things. Which is why it could be tricky. But with this abundance being here, right? And they're saying like the duality pretty much before, like and how you view certain things, right? It's very tricky. Like you could. It's two different things what I'm getting with. Like you might, because the coin fell in the sewer, right? So you might feel like you lost your coin and he's worrying about it. Whereas the girl over here, she lost her coin, but she's planning on how to get the coin back. Right? It's very different on how they handling things or how they're reacting to the situation. Right? And then, gotta be grateful for the people's differences, stuff like that. So now I'm using the how to heal yourself. Right, so we have alchemy, cycles, wild, help from above, selling out, home, phoenix rising, and taking your mask off. What just popped in my head was future fucking mask off. Like, um, with that being said, if that popped in, wait, because the sacral chakra is how you feel about yourself, so it's your self worth, your self abundance, your self esteem, right? So if you're hiding, or even you can't live in your truth or speak your truth if you're lying to yourself, right? Um, so it's time to change that with this alchemy, transform that, transmute that. Or if you have transformation here, transform that to a different cycle, to where you are speaking your truth and you're living your truth, and acknowledging your comforts and your dislikes and stuff like that. And alright, with this Phoenix rising, you gotta realize that sometimes, because the Phoenix, it was a different bird before it died, right? And then it died pretty much, transformed, transmuted, became alchemy, became this whole different bird and rise from the ashes. So it's like certain things come to an end, but those endings introduce something new pretty much. It can bring on something new. It's just all how you see it. If you think of the end all be all, then all right, fine. If let's say it's a relationship or with this work, it's a partnership. You got fired from this one job, and you're just like, oh, I will never work again. I can never get another job. And it's just like, why do you think that? Why do you? It's like that's not the only job that's out there. That's not the only job that's hiring. That kind of thing. It's how you see it, right? And that's why it's selling out, because it's like you are sabotaging yourself. You're selling yourself short. You selling yourself out for what? And because with this wild and home, it's like you choosing to stay in the unknown and being lost and trying to find stability in that when there's no stability. There's nothing that will come of it. Just being out in the cold and lost and stuff like that. And spirit, like I said before, with this cosmos and your ancestors, is trying to send you those messages, trying to help guide you. So you can stop selling yourself out, selling yourself short, following other people into the wilderness that's just gonna lead you astray, that's gonna get you stuck. Like I said over here, you're doing it for the appraisal of other people. You're not doing it for you. You're doing it for other people, and because you want them to see you as perfect, when it's just like they're not going to. And then even if they did, then they will be jealous of you and try to manipulate you, try to use it for themselves. And like with this mask, they will use it, try to cage you in some way, shape, or form. Right? With the trickery, manipulate you, try to make you put all your eggs in one basket, which is theirs. Or even if, right? But not like masking their feelings, not telling you the truth, and like pretty much taking your power, your confidence, and your strength away from you slowly, which is their intention, right? Because it's the root chakra, it's red, and then is your sacral chakra, which is orange, which is how you feel about yourself. You feeling stable and grounded inside yourself, having this peaceful harmony with yourself, right? Being happy about the things that you're doing, your life, your passions, feeling stable about yourself, and going after the things that makes you happy. This abundance. It doesn't necessarily have to bring physical or like material abundance. It's like it could be spiritual abundance. There's a lot of definitions of abundance, and it's very subjective. And then it's just your heart chakra, right? Then we already have, but the way that you're seeing things and perceiving things is very tricky. It's very shaky, and you need to work on that in order to be grateful and see things clearly. You need to stop seeing things through rose-colored glasses. And with this Phoenix rising and this wild, what I'm getting, right? You sold yourself short and follow some people out in the cold or out in the wild, right? And because now I'm looking at this bird and the lines is giving me like, you ever saw the video games and they play like the little, when they shooting something, that stuff like that? And it's like, you followed this person out in the cold, out into the wild, thinking that they knew what was best for you, right? You listened to the things that they were telling you. You felt it was really abundant. You put a lot of work and effort into it, and you thought it was going to be perfect. Everything was going to be everything was going to be peaceful, fine, and dandy, right? But like I said, with this like this sniper shooting down something like this person, that all that came to backfire, right? You felt like this person, you wanted this person to be your home, and this person was nothing like that, and you stuck in this cycle of how you wanted things to be rather than facing the reality of what things are. And what the truth is, this person tried to take you down, take you out. Right, with this Phoenix rising, I said they literally have to die to become a new bird. Like they did all of that pretty much drained you to the point like you would pretty much welcomed it with no problem. You would have been fine with it. You would have been cool with it. And that changed you in a very dramatic way. Then now you see this, not only did you see this person differently, you see yourself differently with this alchemy. You transforming it, transmuting it, and changing it, and clearing yourself of this cycle and rising above it to move on and move into a new cycle, right? With this home, finding another place, because this place is no longer home. Okay, you're no longer stable here, or comfortable here. So it's now time to go find another place where you are comfortable, you are stable, and stop selling yourself out or selling yourself short, saying like you will never find that, because you can't and you will. Then we have flow. Space reverse. So not going with the flow and creating space for something is what's keeping you stuck in the cycle. Here we have balance. Here we have surrender. Yeah. You won't surrender to the divine or surrender to spirit for them to help you bring things into balance. You're holding on to something way too tightly and not allowing space to be created for things to go into balance. It's like with the surrender, you have to let something go. Things need to be let go for them to for it to action for new things to come in, for there to be space for new things to come in. But you don't want to let anything go because you feel like everything belongs in your life when there's like it doesn't. There's people taking up space that needs to, that's literally trying to drain you, lead you astray, right? Cause I'm looking at her mouth. Could be some vampires and stuff like that, draining your energy, taking up your time. Dementors, and you keeping them around because you don't want to be alone. But it's like you already are alone. They will never help you or support you in any way, shape, or form. They will not provide you the knowledge, strength, or nurturing or care that you need. That's why you need to let them go and create space for the people that actually will work with you rather than work against you. Right? They will be genuine with the abundance. They will genuinely want to see you happy, genuinely want to see you grow, rather than trick you into doing something that you're not really passionate about. They just want to, sit there and clap and cheer you on to make it seem like they're rooting for you, when it's just like, nah, they rooting for you as long as you do what they tell you to do. As long as you do what they want you to do what they say to do, stuff like that. Then we have blind, awkward, unknown vision problems. Like this person wants you to be blind to all of the things that they do, and be blind to the trickery, be blind to because I was just talking about like them sitting here clapping and dancing and cheering for you. Be blind to the fact that they're not really your friends. They don't really love you. They don't really want to see you grow. They don't really want to see you happy. Like you lost, stuck, and confused. It's like the blind leading the blind, or like the three blind mice and stuff like that. Y'all all stuck, scrambling together and struggling together. Then they'd be happy. But as long as they're the leader, they would be happy. Like they don't want to be. How to put this? Because it's three blind mice, right? So it's either there or mice number one. They're still blind. They don't know where they're going. But it's like you don't know where you're going either. But you need them to tell you where to go. And it's just like you don't know where you're going either. It's that kind of thing. They like, it's very weird. and they don't want you to see all that, or just surrender to it and go in the to go in the flow with, like I said before, taking off that rose-colored glasses, going with the flow. Glasses, rose-colored glasses, being blind to what's actually going on, not seeing things clearly, because then you would surrender and let it go, and they be fucked up. I'll be the same if I told you that I never would. That's the song that's playing in the head, right? Because they, like I said, they would know, they would realize that you take off those rose-colored glasses, you realize there was things out of balance, and then you will start throwing things away and clearing things out so you can make things into balance and into harmony. And they know that they won't be there. Right? That cycle of them being there and being around you and leading you out in the cold as if they know where they're going will end. Alright, so now we have the Seven of Pentacles. Then we have the Hangman. I'd be fucked up if you get me right here. I do the same thing that Hold on. Sometimes the music. He literally said, I do the same things that I told you that I never would. I tell you a change even though I know I never could. Boom. Had to start the whole song over again. And nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay. I need you to stay. Hey, see? They trying to trick you into thinking like they're the best thing that ever happened to you when it's the other way around. And if you stay, right? It's not for love. It's not a love relationship. It's a codependent relationship. You're in a codependent relationship. If you're not in a codependent relationship right now, this person is trying to create a codependent relationship for you to be in. And or you just broke up with somebody. You just got out of a codependent relationship. Okay? Either way, relationship's codependent and you're getting out of it and you got out of it or you need to get out of it. Take whichever tier you on, whatever level you on, whatever flow, okay, whatever wave you on, find it and apply it, okay? And there's different types of codependent relationship. It could be like a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be a partner. It's different ways, different kinds. You gotta take what applies and let what and leave what take what applies, right? We have the Nine of Cups. Then we have the Seven of Wands reverse. The Chariot reverse. And then we have the Page of Cups reverse. And then the Ten of Cups. That's okay, hold on. Okay. So, Seven of Pentacles is all about like planting the seeds, reaping what you sow and stuff like that. But putting the work and the effort in, right? And she's smiling, but happy with the harvest and stuff like that. And then we have the Hangman, which is all about like time out, pause, being enlightened, right? Just seeing things in a new perspective, right? We have that here. So like I said before, if you were having the rose-colored glasses on, you're now taking them off, seeing things clearly. You are enlightened to what's really going on, right? The seeds that you're planted. What seeds did you plant it, right? Because the Nine of Cups is all about a wish and emotional fulfillment, right? And it's like, are you happy with the seeds that you planted? Are you happy with what you have? Are you happy with the life that you have? And it's like, why not? And it's like, it's the work and the effort that you put in, right? But this persistence is like you had not, probably had like a time or an opportunity to stop and turn around and go back, right, with this Seven of Wands in reverse, to defend yourself, to go after what truly make you happy, something that you actually passionate about, but you didn't. You didn't defend yourself. You didn't put up the fight. You didn't stand up for yourself, or you didn't stand up for yourself, or pretty much anything is kind of fucked up. But that's what I wanted to say. But you just let you just rolled over like a people please, let somebody dictate, guide you, told you where to go and stuff like that. Like I said before, lead you out in the cold, or even just send you on a wild goose chase, and just went with it. Right, with the seven, the chariot is a seven, okay, but with this two sevens reversed, so it's just like there's nothing but challenges and obstacles. And chariot's reversed, so it's like you're not moving forward due to a problem that you're dealing with. And then the page of cups is it's very in the upright. It's all about having creativity, being a polit, like having the you're sensitive, being like empathetic and stuff like that, understanding, creative. But in the reverse, it's just like it gives brat, okay? Like a bratty energy, like having to putting them on timeout. They want things their way, throwing a temper tantrum if they don't get it, right? Um, won't apologize for certain when they're wrong and things like that. And that's why when the Ten of Cups came out, I laughed a little bit because the Ten of Cups is a wish for like it's emotional fulfillment, and but it could also be like fantasy. So it's just like you're wishing and dreaming of this wonderful life where all the seeds that you're planted, even if it's bad, right, with this trickery, even if it's bad, that it still turns into something good, right? With this, with this stalemate, or this pause, with this hangman, let's say you had a stalemate, a stagnation with somebody, like you hoping and wishing that it turns out to something better, when it's just like, nah, this really just an obstacle that this person is hoping that you just give into what they are asking you to do, what they want you to do, right? And they're not gonna apologize because they're not sorry. They don't really care. They want, it's their way or the highway. And then even if their way or wrong is wrong, they don't care. They don't see it that way. But this blind. They want you to sell out on your integrity, your goals, your aspirations, and the things that you actually want in life. And then we have the After Tarot. So we have the Magician. Then we have Death. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit. The Hierophant. Oh wow, we have the Page of Cups on top of the Page of Cups. That's correct. There we have the King of Pentacles. Okay. So, okay, with this alchemy being here, you're healing yourself from alchemy. This magician that tried to go with the Seven of Pentacles. Then is after the Seven of Pentacles is the Magician. So it's like this magician that's trying to alchemize and transmute and change this energy, right? To either to keep you stuck or to make, in order to get you not to discover this truth, keep you lost, clouded, um, confused, right? With this workaholic trying to keep you to be overworked so you won't realize what's actually going on. You won't see the bigger picture, right? With this hangman. You won't take that time out. You won't take that rest. You won't take that break. Because with the death card here, normally with the death coming in, right? And the regular one, you see he already is carrying 3 bodies, and you see like a priest praying and 2 other people praying, and here you see like the priest is dead, the other kid is dead, and the person is crying. It's pretty much trying to say like nobody can escape death, like, or changes and stuff like that. It comes for everybody, and whereas this person was trying to create or alchemize energy, we usually have magic here. I forgot about that. Try to use magic to either keep you, like I said, keep some information or knowledge hidden from you in a way that you couldn't see clearly. Spirit is saying like, nah, that's not happening. We literally have help from above, and then we have the Hierophant with like the book open, literally saying like, where in the Bible or in the holy book that you read do that shit fly? Like, it doesn't fly. It does not. Okay? You will not get away with it. So why would you ever think that you would? And it's like that's where somebody at right now. That's where they at right now. Because the Hermit is all about knowledge and spiritual knowledge and stuff like that. It was also a spiritual awakening. So it's like you're awakening to the spiritual knowledge, the spiritual being that either that you are, or the information that is out there, or this person is trying to keep you stuck and like crowded in judgment and confusion, trying to confuse you, throw you, send you on like a wild goose chase and stuff like that, as if there is your counterpart, right? With the King and Queen of Pentacles, they saying that y'all want the same thing, when it's like that was all an illusion that was created. It's time to change, like heal yourself from that. Realize it was an illusion, it was fake, it was never true, and it wasn't the way that you were seeing something was distorted, right? With this blind, right? Vision problems. You wasn't seeing things clearly, and it was never going to be clear. Like, you were seeing this person as the Page of Cups, right? Well, that was right, but it's like they wasn't. See, the fish is jumping out their cup. Like, they weren't spiritual. They didn't have no creative bone in their body. They're really closed off and very immature, right? So it's like you were trying to be in a relationship with an immature person that wasn't going to give you the things that you needed or meet you halfway in a relationship in any way, shape, or form. And the King and Queen of Pentacles being here, it's like they wanted to live that illusion or live that life of, well, I'm the man, you got to take care of me and cater to me. But with the Bible being here, okay, and the High Fire being here, and the help from above being here, okay, if you read it correctly, if you like actually take the time out and read it, if there's a will, there's a way, wouldn't be a saying for anything, right? It'd be like, oh, well, I'm married, we're in a relationship, you cannot break up with me, da 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 da. Sweetie, my guy, baby, it is definitely written that you can divorce somebody if they abuse you, cheated, abandoned you, and there's abuse, abandonment, and addictions. So just like, what are we really talking about here? Emotional abuse? Abuse, is it not in the word? I don't have to be with you. I don't have to stay in a relationship with you. When was God ever abusive? Even emotionally abusive. Unprovoked. He's not, you know? Whereas this person is, but they want you to cater to them and care to them as if they're a god. They want you to treat them and worship them like they're a god. And they can't do shit like God can, or even anything. They can't hold accountability. They can't even keep their word and stuff like that. That's why in the Bible, it was like, when you have the holy book, it's like, when has God had said something and never kept his word? When have he ever said something and it never came to pass? That kind of thing. And it's just like, you made a lot of promises and I have yet to see you do any of it. Like, it's like that. It's like, so why would I ever believe you and have faith in you? That makes no sense. Why would I ever trust you? That kind of thing. And it's like, I at least gotta trust you to have faith in you. And it's like, I don't even trust you. And it's like, where as I can actually turn to like a Bible, turn to a book, multiple books. It's like many religions, right? But there's similar things, right? That's pretty much borderline fact. It's like, it's clear to see like this is what actually happened. It's just like, similar story in different languages, so clearly like that kind of thing was like, no matter what you do, different times, I still get the same. You're not doing anything. You wanted me to do everything with this immature energy kind of thing. And it's like, you starting to realize that and see that, right? And it's like, now that you do, now this person trying to apologize, they come in, right, and want to meet you halfway and make it seem like y'all wanted the same thing all along, when it's like, no, that wasn't it whatsoever. Now they just trying to come in now and buy the time to change, like, so you won't leave. But it's like, you can't unsee what you already seen. But this knowledge, you already know something, you can't unknow it. And then we have a loyal guardian, a magic protector is there for you. Right? Your ancestors are trying to shield you from this codependent relationship, and from this this person that's trying to put you or create a codependent relationship, or put you in some type of struggle or anything like that, or manipulate you in any form, or any way, shape, or form. They're trying to protect you from that. Cut that out. But you have to allow them and create space for them to do so. This person does not actually love you. It will be nothing but challenges and obstacles. You will be abused either physically, mentally, and or emotionally. And then that overall will affect you spiritually. And spirit doesn't want that. Because then you start being closed off to things that you didn't need to be closed off to, because you allowed this person in your space and your energy. You allowed this person to trick you. This magician is actually a trickster. Then we have Little Red Riding Hood, I am not the victim. Yeah. Spirit is trying to, this might sound fucked up what I'm about to say, right? The spirit is trying to say, baby, you are not the victim. Okay? You might feel like, oh, why is this happening to me? Oh my God, I'm crying. My life is so hard. And it's just like, but you making it hard. You making these choices. We sending you signs of synchronicities not to do this shit. You asking, send me an answer, send me a sign. We send you the sign. You like, oh, I can't read. And it's like, what the bitch, you're not the victim. Is what they saying. It's like, you making these choices. Okay? So it's just like, no, you're doing this to yourself. We're not doing this to you. You're doing this to yourself. Right? Now it's up to you to change this energy and out, like, transform it, transmute it. Whereas before, right, with this page, right, before, like, when you was a kid and stuff like that, when you didn't know any better, and it's just like, all right, okay, they might have let some things slide, but it's like, now that you grown, it's like, we're not letting things slide because we know that you know better, right? So that's what's like, you're not the victim. You have a victim conscious, like, mindset, but you're not the victim. You fell for this trick. You saw the trick, you saw the trap, and you still decided to play with it. And it's like, what? Who fault? There's nobody fault but your own. That kind of thing. You can't blame nobody but yourself. Now, if you didn't see the trap and you fell for it, it's like, we got to do better next time. That kind of thing. Like, next, now that you know better, you got to do better. Now that you see what's out there, see the trap, learn from your mistakes, and do better. But with this magic protector that's here for you, and then it's saying that you're not the victim, like I'm saying, like they trying to send you the signs, they're trying to show you the gateway, showed you the route and stuff like that, and you allow somebody to follow, to show you, just guide you off the wrong way, and it's like, why you do that? Why you do that? That kind of thing. And then we have Uranus. Then we have Saturn with the maturity that brings caution regarding limits imposed. Oh wow. Then we have Jupiter reverse. So Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It rules Sagittarius. But, oh wow, you got major planets. Okay, let me focus. So Uranus is the planet of like changes and stuff like that, but it's like day-to-day changes. Your day-to-day isn't changing or expanding or anything like that, because you're not seeing something clearly. The vision problem. Right? And it was like the maturity that brings you being immature about something and not heeding the warnings or learning from your mistakes, so you're repeating those mistakes, which is causing nothing but limitations on your end with this abundance and stuff like that. Because the King and Queen of Pentacles, right, it's money, yeah, but it's just like they have similar like family values and stuff like that. And with balance being here, when it's out of balance, it's just a relationship that's based on materialistic gains and superficial activities pretty much. And you're just going to continue going into those relationships as if anything will come of it. Like, what just popped in my head was Simon and Delilah. Like, Simon was like blind to what Delilah was doing, right? And it's like, yeah, okay, cause Simon, he had power and stuff like that. He was strong, okay, cause he didn't cut his hair and stuff like that. And then Delilah was like, "Oh, where did you get your strength from?" Because people were trying to sabotage him and take him down. What did they do? They used the person that he was in a relationship with, or he was in love with, to betray him, trick him, right? For money, right? And then he kept playing with her, kept joking with her at first. And she was like, "Oh, if you really love me, you won't tell me the truth." And man. Right? So he did. True. Push come to shove, he no longer was strong, right? He fucked up. Right? But at the end of the day, he was still able to do what God told him to do, because God just was like, "Sweetie, I already know the plan. I saw what they was going to do.
it's still gonna work out in my favor at the end of the day because I said it's gonna do this. What I said is what I said. Is what I said. That kind of. When have I ever said, like, God is like, when have I ever said something and it's not so? I said what I said when I said it. And this person trying to do everything in their power to make it not so. And God was like, what did I say? I said what I said when I said it, okay? If I said there's no growth, bitch, there's no growth, okay? There will be no growth, okay? If he said let there be light, bitch, there was light, okay? He said there's no light, there's darkness, okay? There's no growth, there's no expansion, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. There's no growth, there's no expansion, there's no nothing, right? If you won't learn this lesson, you will not grow. You will not transform. You will continue to be stuck in this cycle, round and round, until you learn to grow up and mature. And stop living this immature ways. Learn these lessons so you don't keep repeating these cycles and hurting yourself. And as a result, let's say you end up having like a family or a kid, you're allowing any and everybody around your family because you don't see a problem with it, and then your kid end up being hurt, and it end up a cycle repeating that didn't need to be repeated because you didn't want to learn your lessons. So it's like, rather than that happen, bitch, you in timeout. You in timeout too. I think even after the Hangman is the death card. Hold on. Okay, 10? No, that's 12. And then we have 13. Yeah. I thought I was reading it backwards. But it's like, you will be in this timeout, this stagnation, this pause until you learn the lesson. If that until death is like reincarnation, the next life, you will be learning it again, okay? And it's like, there will be chaos and destruction because it's a whole other lifetime. It's like you're bringing things from different lifetimes that's not stable to be in this lifetime. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay? Heal from it. Clear it up. Fix it. And then everybody have lessons. Everybody have trials. You can't just be throwing a temper tantrum and be like, I don't want one. It's not going to happen to me. No. Like, it's going to happen to everybody. Damn near all the... Do you read half of these Bibles? Do you read half of these stories, man? Some of them is low-key fucked up. And it's just like, wow. And it's like, when you look at your life and look at certain things, like, compared to certain people, it's just like, yeah, nah, I don't really have nothing to complain about. Like, if you ever read the story of Job, it's just like, compared to your story, just like, yeah, nah, I didn't, just... That's a lot, okay? And Job didn't do anything. Nothing. And it's like, damn, you know? So, when I say he didn't do anything, it was the fact that he learned all his lessons. He believed in God. He had faith in God. He had faith in spirit. He had faith in the divine. And everything was thrown at him for him to deter from it, to give it up and stuff like that. And he's just like, no, I'm not going to. There's no reason. I know I didn't do nothing to do all this stuff or to desert or everybody's trying to accuse me of and stuff like that. I'm not being punished for anything. I didn't do anything to be punished. So this must be like a trial or a tribulation. And at the end of the day, mine would be a testimony or something like that. Story, like I share my story with somebody else to inspire the next person. And everybody's just like, nah, you should renounce Christ, give up on it. You should do this, you should do that. And he just like, nope. And then because he did that, what did God do? God blessed him. Everything he lost, God gave him right back. Plus more. So it's just like, if he said you will have no growth, there will be no growth. Okay? And this person is not getting it. But this magician and deaf, they doing too much. And because the hermit goes within, right? You all the information and knowledge that you need to know is already within you. With this ancestors, that's how they're trying to talk to you. Say like it's important to rest. You can lock those ancient knowledge while you're sleeping. Some people can do it while they're up, just walking around with no problem. Okay, to each his own. You might actually need to lay the fuck down and go to sleep. Okay. And that's okay. Okay, because the third, oh, we have the purple right here, but that's the only one. Okay, there's no intuition, there's no nothing. There's gratitude. Okay, that's like you probably need to sit the fuck down and sleep. Like you not the ones that can be walking around and just be like, boof, this was happening. Like no. Okay, you might need to sit, think about it a couple of times, breathe on it. Okay, take a time out to get to that information, but right, and I'm talking about the hermit and the hierophant right here. It's like spiritual knowledge that they trying to. It's spiritual knowledge that they trying to change. Because alchemy is one of the definitions for the magician. And we already have this magic. They're trying to. You know, it's different versions of the Bible, depending on which one you read. There's more than, if you read like the actual Bible, there's more than 66 books. And yeah, the first five books is the first 5 books that the Jewish read that we know of. But like that doesn't mean that their book is just only 5 books. They have more books in there. It's just we don't know what the hell they are. Well, in the Christians, we don't know what the hell they are. Okay, so it's just like that doesn't disclude certain information that they have, especially is like if it's similar and it makes sense and stuff like that. It doesn't mean like it didn't happen. It's not true, and it's like spiritual knowledge is being passed down and unlocked to you or given to you about this relationship or about this connection, about something that's being done to you or something like a transformation that is coming. And if a transformation is coming, it's trying to say like you need to get your seeds in order so you won't be stuck. What just popped in my head was Joseph, right? With the dreams and stuff like that. It's trying to say like get your things in order so like when there is this pause, this stagnation, this hole, like this famine, you're well off, okay? You're stable, you okay. You're not living this fantasy life that things are okay when things aren't. Okay? Is all of the lamps. Huh. Stories all over the place. It's rather to be prepared, right? Have all your ducks in a row than when is the time like of the situation, now you scrambling to get ready, right? So it's best to have all your ducks in a row, know where everything's going, have everything in place, be prepared, be patient, kind of thing, right? Making sure everything is where it needs to be, and it's like everything has a place and everything serves a purpose, right? And the things that doesn't have a place, that doesn't serve a purpose, is no longer there, no longer in your space, no longer taking up time or energy away from something or someone that needs to be there, right? Right, because Uranus, like I said before, it's all about reform and stuff like that and changes. But the oil lamps, it was I forgot how many
versions or wives it was, but some of them had oils in the lamps, some of them didn't have the oils in the lamps. So now when the bridegroom came, the ones that did have the oils in the lamp, they was all ready to go. Right now, the ones that didn't have oil in the lamp was like, oh, give me some of your oil. Da, 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 da. And then the people that did have oil, it was like, bro, if I give you some of my oil, I won't have oil to go. I won't have enough oil to go to get there. That makes no sense. You should have had like and stuff like that. So they had to go get oil, and the ones that already had oil was able to go through the gate with the bridegroom and stuff like that. And then when the rest of them tried to come, the bridegroom was just like, all right, that's nice, that's cute, that's fine, that's dandy. You should have had oil in your lamps, that kind of thing. So it's like some people fail to plan, but that part just not the whole saying, but just some people just fail to plan. That's literally all that's popped in my head. That's all you need. That's all it was. Even if this person made a plan, it's backfiring. It's not gonna work out the way that they expected it to work out. Because spirit is stepping in with either with a divine intervention, but also turning around and changing things. Yeah. Okay. Gonna see if there's anything else, but no, that's all I see. Some people was prepared and actually put the work in, and some people didn't. And the people that didn't put the work in is trying to look at the people that did put the work in and want them to help them either also like the oil either like give half of it, and it's just like, bro, if I give you anything, I won't be okay. And it's like, I need to be okay. So it's just like this brat energy where they want somebody to cater to them and take care of them, and they could just sit there and look pretty with this money. Like they just sit there and look pretty. It's very materialistic, and so it's like, no, whoever put the work in, you will know who's put the work in, who's prepared, who was ready, and who wasn't ready. And if you weren't ready, you weren't ready. Too sad, too bad. Learn your lesson. Maybe be ready the next time, right? And or even if there isn't a next time, it's just like use your story to inspire somebody else so they be prepared and always be prepared, right? Um, right? Because with this lamp, let's say, because now I'm looking at him holding the fire stick with a wand. It's a fire stick. It's a wand. But let's say you're in a place that or was used to be known to have a lot of um electric your lights go out or a lot of hurricanes and stuff like that. You will have certain things on standby just in case. You will stock up on certain things just in case. Even if, oh, well, happened. It hasn't happened in months. It hasn't happened in this. It hasn't happened in that. It's like, do you still prepare just in case if one randomly does happen, you're good. You're not stressing out. You're not like worried about, oh, you need to get this, you need to get that. You're good. You have everything that you need. You're fine. You're good. You start rationing, that kind of thing. You become more sensible about the things that you're doing, more aware of the things that you're doing. But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated with you, or helped you in any way, shape, or form, then I'm glad. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.